Good morning, it is Phoenix Amore. So I just basically gave a huge piece that I did not share before. When you're reading a blog, understand what happens. I call it people getting stuck in gears the way that they read stuff. You have some people who read everything like it's supposedly funny, right? You have some people who read stuff like it's always serious. And if they're so nosy where they get stuck in a certain gear when they're reading stuff, everything is over dramatized to them. So when you write even curse words, oh my gosh, she's probably going ballistic in there. No, she's writing that. So when you start having the rumor spread, well, did you see her blog? Did you see how she was talking in her blog? Did you see everything going on at the school? These would be the parents that have sense enough to stop and say, I probably would have been going off too. You had from one teacher always saying little fly stuff to my son like, oh, shouldn't he be in ISS? Now he gets over it in some capacity, but not really. He just doesn't understand that completely. But me as mother, I understand it very completely, and that's the difference there. See, a child, they can get over some things, but they don't know other little things can shut that confidence down so quickly. So you had that in middle school, right? You even had the track stuff where the 1 year was all, well, he doesn't quote unquote deserve to run. Something crazy was going on with the one white boy at the school, and I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, y'all make everything so drama, right? And it's always been the ones that I help that I decide not to help that stir the pot. It's the craziest stuff to me. So you have to understand why I started going off. And when I said, now if I can't say no about certain things, and let me tell you how crazy people think. Crazy people think when I say no, well, he said he wanted to go. He is the child. I am the mother. What you're not going to do is cross boundaries and keep pushing me when I am the mother. So I basically took control of the situation, period. Now, you have the smart boy, right? Now, they'll look at grades, they'll look at whatever's going on, they won't look in the mirror. So where I started taking them was to that mirror. They didn't like it, right? So now it's all of a sudden, well, the little one, let me pull them both out so there's no more BS excuses about what I said about the schools. Now when I recap after some months, now when I simply say, that's interesting that you guys would be emailing me so much about him coming back when he was supposedly all these things, Mr. Supposal Sexual, all this crazy stuff that you know has been thrown at him constantly over and over again. So when I recap, by the way, how many kids were flunking biology? A whole lot, to where you had to have some Saturday sessions going on, if you guys recall. How many times did I say send the packet here and you guys wouldn't do it? What happens is the arrogance kicks in, where again they think that all parents are going to have the kids at the house slacking and being lazy and not doing work and all this kind of stuff. That's them still, but I'm looking at you, school, saying how many kids there were flunking biology. You cannot just sell me on anything now. Understand, even when I'm talking academically, I'm getting emails. Why did not one person mention anything about the laptop cord? When you stop to talk to me, right, after I've already said, hey, it had been a lot going on that few little months, right? You not even listening to me. You treat me like a child, and I'm 40 damn years old, 39 at the time. So now when I'm doing videos saying, I think they think it's funny, right? Then they go, see, I told you she probably violent. No, she was pissed off. It's called pissed off because you had the child trying to explain to them that I have these 2 math classes and they teach different methods, and it's confusing me. Oh, see, there he is making excuses. That's a very logical explanation. Let me explain to people why I shared the story about the one Eastern Indian chemistry teacher I had, where I was struggling in the class because I couldn't understand his accent. A lot of us were all like, what the hell? And I kept telling my mother that. First, she was saying, oh, she's making excuses, until she had a conference with him and she couldn't understand him during the conference. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I need to start paying more attention to what my child is saying. So when some people even interpreted me coming to X's defense, in some cases, that see, she always trying to bail him out, BS. And some of the teachers that have some sense know better than to even try to project that way. When so many people were reading me saying, send the damn biology packet here. No, I don't want him playing basketball. No, I don't want him going to Europe. Why am I having to repeat no to these people about my own child? Okay, when I say listen to the kids, even the incident with the little one, right? He's light. he's skinny. So I put the picture of my father. This was my father at 19, skinny, right? So all this stuff, I took him to the doctor. If y'all recall, let me take him to the doctor. Now the doctor's in there going, I don't see what the big deal is. He's a little light in that arena, but he's healthy, and it's called skinny. That's called genetics. So all this silliness that goes on, if you had seen some of the cousins on my father's side, they're skinny. So when I'm talking to some people with the school stuff, now it's he looked very worried and concerned when he peed on himself. He should have been concerned, because yes, he was going to get in trouble. And is that any of your business? No. Now, do I beat on him? No. But that's just purely more an embarrassment thing. If you don't understand child psychology, you should not be teaching. That's just what I'm going to say very bluntly, and can now, because guess what? You can't retaliate like you were during the school year. I can just put it out there. Now, he tells me the truth. Hey, I was scared to ask the teacher to go to the bathroom. And, he said his pee was hurting and all this kind of stuff, because he was having to hold it that long. If you don't understand biology, shut up. That's how ugly it got. And people know that, to where I finally, I know y'all in there gossiping, and I know, usually a sign of this and that, and usually a sign of fear, and usually a sign of abuse. How about a sign of too much talking and too much gossiping? That's what was really going on. So since you wanted to act a fool like that, fine, let me give you something to say. Now, I put it in the blog. I said, fine, yeah, I'm out here, I'm drunk somewhere, and blah, 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 right? That's what I started saying. Okay, fine, that's what you want to put out there. Now, when you've had all this drama going on consistently, now you'll have some people who will say, you know what, here's something that was going on. I bet you he doesn't even eat at home. First of all, just because we don't eat fast food, and see, he even has some silly parents get all nosy about that. She probably so strict on him with that track thing. He likes track, right? But he also, when I cook, I don't have to cook fried stuff all the time. So everybody's going to have an opinion. I couldn't care. But now when I come back to recap, do you now see where I make so much sense? So at the end of the day, when you have some parents who don't have success at homeschooling, that doesn't mean that's here. That means you got caught up in a power struggle you should have just left alone. And so now people finally get it. It's not that I was trying to set the school up. I was trying to basically make folks understand. I like to always share this story of this HR lady that thought she missed know-it-all, right? And what she didn't understand, because I worked in the production support department, I had to handle something in the middle of the night. The team was not supportive because they were a bunch of machismo, as we say, men who had this little chip on their shoulder. One was an a-hole that they should have fired a long time ago, because he was toxic as hell, and they knew it. He had run other people off. So I was amazed they even had the fool still there. I'm like, no wonder y'all can't keep people up in here. He's an a-hole. And I was willing to say it. And I wrote her at 2 a.m. She, instead of thinking and stopping to say, that's when she was handling the issue, you shouldn't email at 2 a.m. and blah, blah, blah. Don't lecture me. Listen. So understand, when I'm so skilled at communication, and even when I'm articulating to people what is going on, if you don't stop to understand what I'm saying, you are consistently listening in a stuck gear. You're consistently reading in a stuck gear. When you had an articulate child that said, these 2 math teachers teach the methods differently. Yes, I did go try to find Miss So-and-so for tutoring. She wasn't there. Some teachers will lie. Did he lie that time and we busted him? We sure did. And I got all up in his butt about it too. So it wasn't a one-way street where it was always, the teachers this and that. What did start happening is when you have some of the manipulative types who, when they, I may get busted, I wasn't doing my job, they're going to start rumors. And if some of these administrative people don't really clearly get that about some of your teachers, I bet you learn that lesson now. Take care.